Welcome. Working on this old junk. We're swapping a C6 automatic in place of the old M50D 5-speed. So I didn't film any of that because that was a pain in the ass. But there's the C6 rebuilt. I'm not. There's the 1356 transfer case rebuilt. I'm not. We got it sitting in place, bolted up, torque converter, all that. Transfer case bolted up. The C6 is about 2 inches shorter than the 5-speed, like the M50D that was in here. So what I had to do was either get a automatic driveshaft for a short wheelbase truck, or add like 3 1/4 inches or whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, I opted for the add 3 inches to a short driveshaft.
Well, we must teach those with serious disabilities that hinder their learning to live as successfully as possible with other people.
So what I've got here is cut the fucker right off. Make sure that you keep track of what you're doing here. Cut it off. I found an old piece of driveshaft in one of my scrap piles. It kind of fits in the tube. So what I've done, I've added layers of tape so you get that press fit. We're going for precision, like performance precision here. So what I'm gonna do is gonna weld this to this tube, and then I'll weld this to this tube, and that'll give me my length that I need. Again, this basically identifies as a driveshaft shop now. So in case you're just as lost as I am,
meathead dead from the neck up.
This is what we had. I cut the fucker off. I need to add 3 inches. I could have used a perfectly long 3/4 ton driveshaft, shorten it, and that would have probably been my best bet. But we're working with what we got here. So I found this basically in the scrap pile. It was an old Ram Charger driveshaft.
Guts, glory, Ram.
Whatever. What I've done here, I've added layers of tape because this doesn't actually fit. See that wiggle? Can't have that. So I've added layers of tape to pick up the slack.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
It's written right here, 3 1/4 inches. That's all I need to add. Most important thing you're gonna have to remember here is these U-joint cups. Like, they need to be at the same.
We are same, but different, but still same. Ha!
You understand? Like, you can't have her pointing like this and that one like that. That probably won't work. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just speaking from, like, in theory, that wouldn't work. This is basically like the best that money can't buy. You can't buy this shit. This is all homemade, all made out of junk. There's real good chance this is not even gonna work. But whatever. So what I've done, I cut this right next to the weld here. Like, it's not a whole lot of shit to weld to, so I'm gonna weld on the weld. Yeah.
I'm retarded?
And that kind of got me a straightish whatever. Here I took a piece of paper, wrapped it around, marked it, and cut it with the fucking one of these.
Shake hands with danger.
Chances are it's gonna have a vibration. It has to hold, because when I'm going from reverse to drive a whole bunch of times, and you got chains and 35s, and then you got 38s, boggers, and all that shit, all gonna be hard on driveline components.
Are you really retarded?
No, I'm not.
So what we want here is basically the welds not to break. Obviously we pull out the heavy equipment welder here, the old fucking 140 Lincoln.
Ah! Fuck! No! Fuck! Stop doing full force!
And that should be sufficient to weld the dry shafts. It's not like you need 220 volts to weld dry shaft. It's fucking, that's real thin. Like, what more do you want? But yeah, no, that's pretty much like main thing here. You want to get it straight. Like, I'm gonna put this all in a piece of angle, some sort.
Not. I'm not.
This is the wrong way to do it. I think it's gonna work. So what I've got going on here, like I said before, you need to have these things precise, precision, for all the performance that this dirty old straight six is gonna give you. I found this old street sign. Looks straight. So I think we're gonna lay our U-joint cups right on here, and that should give us, you know, the right angles here. Dirty old street sign for your dry shaft building.
Oh, that's greasy.
Alright, so now that I've got everything set in place, I've got this bottomed out into the into the yoke here, or whatever the fuck. This is all marked. This is basically all roughly 3 1/4 inches. Like, it doesn't need to be precise. It's just slip yoke. It's gonna have some travel here. That's flat-ish, and it's you know, the wrong way to do it.
You are retarded.
Yes. And now...
Physical or mental?
Before you go ahead and fucking weld this right up, I'm going to small tacks, tack, probably 4 tacks on each piece, and put her in the truck. So now that you got her all fucking tacked up, see, I've tacked it on both sides, pretty good tacks, all the way around. It's not gonna fucking snap, shouldn't. No flux core there, it just gives her.
Well, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other, and see which gets filled first.
Yeah, well, this way.
Old 35 flux core, best welds. Now that you got her all tacked up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it in the truck, bolt it up, jack up the rear end, even throw a hillbilly dial indicator onto it. And also, in case you were wondering, this is 0 fucks to give. Like, there's not a whole lot of fucks to give here. This truck, like here, I've swapped in a Dana 44 from like a 1978-79 Bronco. It's got you know, 355 gears, but like, I had to cut the old engine cradle all apart because I moved the front diff ahead 2 inches. Like, that track bar mount used to be a twin I-beam drop, like, lift kit. This is where your twin I-beam would have bolted up to, and that would have been bolted up in the middle there somewheres, or some fucking place. I just cut it up, welded it right to the side of the frame. Like, none of this stuff is ever gonna come apart. Same thing for the radius arm brackets. They're bolted. You see those bolts? They're also welded. Like, if I ever have to take this shit off, I'm gonna have a good time. Yes.
I'm not.
But not a whole lot of fucks to give. This is not a road legal automobile anymore.
Top of the morning, officer.
Hi.
Is there something I can help you with?
What the hell are you driving here?
We had a small fire last night, but we caught it in the nick of time.
You have any idea how fast you were going?
Funnily enough, I was just talking to my friend about that. Our speedometer's melted, and as a result, it's very hard to say with any degree of accuracy exactly how fast we were going.
78 miles an hour.
78, huh? Well, yeah, I could buy that, sure, I guess. You would know better than us, especially since we got a melted speedometer.
Do you feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I do. Yes, I really do. I believe that. I know it's not pretty to look at, but it'll get you where you want to go.
Now, you got no outside mirror.
No, we lost that.
You have no functioning gauges.
No, not a one. However, the radio still works. Funny as that may seem, with all this mess, that the radio's the only thing that's really working good, and it's clear as a bell. Don't ask me how.
I can't let you go ahead in this vehicle.
Can't what?
No, it's not fit for the road.
Alright. So now that the whole thing's bolted into the truck, I've got one side jacked off.
I'm jacking off.
And I can turn this no problem at all. It's off about a 1/16. In some places a little bit more. Clamped a piece of angle up here. This doesn't move. Got it spaced. Whatever. Cunt hair. I was just turning the wheel and seeing where's the widest gap. Well, I'm gonna use the weld in my advantage here. Is this ideal? Probably not. Not a whole lot of fucks to give here. Okay, so I welded the fuck out of it. I didn't really do this the right way. Might as well stick to the theme of doing everything the wrong way. Is it gonna work? You fucking bet it's gonna work. This is identifying as a dry shaft now.
I sexually identify as an attack helicopter.
But yeah, we're gonna throw her back in the truck and check if things are straight. What are we gonna do if it's not straight? Probably gonna throw this fucker right in the press. Alright, so I got the shaft bolted up. She's all got enough slip there for suspension travel, and I checked it a whole bunch. It looks off, but it's not that bad. It's like a 1/16, which I'm not a machinist. I knew right from the start this wasn't going to be perfect. This is not the right way of doing it. This will never go on the highway. You'll never see highway speeds ever.
I'm not.
For what I'm gonna do with it is probably gonna be enough. And if she snaps, no big deal. Take the fucker apart, bolt a new one in. I'm definitely gonna pressure test this. All these welds with a little bit of porosity and whatever, you don't have to worry about that. It's all gonna get pressure tested. Made sure this was as straight as possible. I'm only about a 1/16 off, which is not that bad. I've never even done this before. After blah blah blah, you're gonna get vibrations. Yeah, you're probably gonna get vibrations. It does not need to be very perfect. Like, then you shouldn't do this, and you should have fucking dry shaft shop weld your shit together. Maybe you can't weld. Maybe you don't trust yourself enough to weld. And I'm not the best. Clearly, far from it. But I'm confident that the welds won't break. Maybe some fucked up shit will happen with this dry shaft, but the welds probably won't break.
You sure about that?
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out how to fucking do this. You just gotta do it. That's the thing. So if anybody tells you that I've done this wrong or you can't do it like that, tell them to fucking lick you where your fucking shit comes out on your poop pipe. Who gives a